Okay, now we have to go with the what are all the database. Now we can see the data the data is in here, so we have to do some transformation, then we can load the data. In the data we can if we are go to the Oracle, so we have to go to the Oracle. We are asking to them, give me the database. So this time actually the previously they are given to us only one single database. I just extend this screen 1 minute. Previously what they are doing, they are just given to us only one database only. So this is called the database, they are just given to us database only. So this time, so after few days actually what they are doing, some another database also they are giving. So two things they are given. So this name is they are actually calling as a data warehouse. Now you can consider if you are go to the any if you are plan to buy the memory card. So if you are buying the memory card one, planning to buy the memory card, we are went to the shop and asking to the memory card, they will given to us a memory card. So they will be given to memory card only, they will not given to the another memory card. We if we are asking to the memory card, the only one memory card only they will given. Okay, but what will happen this in databases environment, they are given to us two different things. One is a database, another one is a data warehouse. What is mean by this? What is a database? It is storing the data, that is what the database, right? What is a data warehouse? Data warehouse, which means like a warehouse means like a godown, right? Whatever the objects we have to do, we can store it from the godown, right? So that is also storing the storing place only. So what is the storing? Data storing, which means data warehouse means data storing. So both are doing the same work only. So database is also storing the data, data warehouse also storing the data. So what is the difference between these two? Now we have to understand these two. So now you have to working one of the company. Now we are working of the ABC company, we can consider. So this is a employee have the employee ID card as a 100. So this is the employee ID number. So what he has to do, he has using this employee ID, then only he can enter the company. You know already, right? Without ID card we can't log in, right? So they will be asking to some at least temporary ID card, right? Without ID card we can't do. So which means like if you are the data, so that data should be have the login. Now the data should do some progress with using the ID card. Like if we are doing some progress, like we have to go break and something. So like a ODC login, like that we have to do something inside the company as well. Then with using the ID card we have to come out the company as well. So log in and do some work and log out as well it is doing. So if the data is currently working, then only we can do these things. If the data is not working, he is putting the paper and resign to the company. Now he has the same ID number. You can see if he is not working on this company, is able to log in this company.
No, like access will be removed.
Yeah, access has been removed. Also, the working also he is not able to log in. He is not able to working as well. He is not able to log out as well because he is not in login, right? So nothing it will be. So the data is what will happen. The data is unwanted data. So now can we delete this data because we are not going to use this data in future, right? Because he is in out of the company, we can delete like that. But in real time, they will never delete the data. Now you can see you have to complete your college in for past 5 years or 10 years back, you have to complete your college. Now also you can go to that college, you can ask about your information, they have stored in your information their place only, right? So whatever you have, like you are completed this course, you have to completed this year, everything they are kept in their information, right? Actually that is what the we have to store the data. So how many years we can whatever it's happening, but we should store our the data. If he is working or not working, we don't want about the bother about the thing, we just storing out the data because lots of years went that the data it's recorded to us. So previously what they are doing, active data also they are storing into in here, and inactive data also they are storing into here. Okay, so what will happen, so both data if it is combining into the same location means, you can see if we are loading the sorry if you are downloaded some songs in your memory card, what you are doing, so you have to listen the songs, and if you don't want to like the song, you can delete the song, then you can get the data memory space. But in the real time they don't want to delete the data because they want to keep the data in their system only. So what will happen, memory is very quickly the memory has been occupied, right? So then what we have to do, again we have to buy the new database, like we have to buy the new memory card, another memory card, like that we have to get it the memory card, lots of memory cards. So this is what the amount also have been increased. Also, this is not good idea if we are buying again and again. So what will happen, what we can do, whatever the current data, like whatever the active data, you can keep it as a database. Whatever the inactive data, you can keep it as a data warehouse, which means active data means current data.
User.
Exactly. Current data, currently active data only we can keep it here. Whatever the data is coming into the inactive, that is the data is called as a historical data. So history data they are keeping is a where in data warehouse. So here they are actually storing into the data warehouse. Now you can understand which data they are storing in the data warehouse. So now we have to understand when the data is going to be a historical, when the data is going to be a current data. Now, how they are consider this one? So always OL actually the database actually here they are given to the name as a OLTP, and here they are actually given the name as a OLAP. OLTP means online. I'm sorry, online transaction process. This is they are actually given the name as a online transaction process. In here actually they are given the name as a online analytical process. So why they are given the name as a OLTP, OLAP? We want to understand. So OLTP, which means like a transaction process. You can see in the same example, the data it's in now it is outside. Now the what is the data is doing? So it's doing some transaction. So the data is coming inside. So there are some transaction is happening. Transaction means like a performance is happening into here, right? So there are some performances transformation is doing like a, not transformation transaction. In here too, it's coming into here means transaction and doing some work and here doing some work, so again tomorrow also doing the same work, right? So again tomorrow also there are doing some transaction. So this is what the transaction, the current data, why they are calling it the current data transaction means sorry, why they are calling this is a online transaction process means here the data doing always transaction is happening. So every time some transaction is happening into this place, okay, but not happening into in this data warehouse. You can see if the data is inactive data, he is not going to be inside the company, is not going to be work outside, nothing will happen, but the data they are actually storing the data, right? Here you can see they are doing some transaction, they will never do any transaction, but they, if you want to know about this data, we have to do the analyze, like which date is expired, which what are all the action he has done. So we have to do the analyze, and then only we have understand this data, right? So that is what they are calling as a analytical process. Analytical process means from in the data warehouse we can just analyze the data. From the database we have to do the transaction data, okay, that is what they are calling as a these two different names. Now we can see when the data is coming into the data warehouse, when the data is coming into the database. So both we need to know. So the database, which means like a OLTP are always having the 6 years of data or 1 year of data. Now you can see Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June. This is a 6 months of data only. They are just kept it in OLTP. OLTP means current data only storing, which means a database. So this is a 6 months of data only they are storing. What will happen suddenly if the next month will happen? So July will come. So now we can see which is a 6 month. Start from July to Feb only 6 months, right? Now Jan is the seventh month. Now what we'll doing? This Jan is going to be the OLAP. This is a history data. This is how the data is changing the historical data. Okay, now if the data is coming to the August month, if the August month of data, if we are loading means now which one is the 6 months of data? From start August to March is a 6 month. Now Feb is going to be a historical data. This is how the our data warehouse got the data. Now we can see always we have this 6 months of data only on here, but in here years of years data, because already we are storing into the 2020 data, 2021, 2022, every history data is coming into in year only, right? But here actually they are showing only 6 months of data, but here we have to store the history years of years data. So that is the reason database always having the less data, but in data warehouse always which means like a warehouse means like a godown only, right? In normal term we have to talk calling as a godown. Godown means lots of object we can store it in that place. So that is the reason like here we can store in the years of years data, like we can consider say one database here. In data warehouse mean 100 databases, 100 database combined as a data warehouse. Now we can understand what is a database and data warehouses.